Hi again, guys. Hope you are really good. The next two videos are going to be about models. I'm going to try to explain them very briefly because, well, we already had a class about this, but this is like a more detailed explanation of the models, okay? The four categories. We have first the model for permission, and in this case we use can and could, may, and do you mind if. Okay, so you already know that when we are asking for permission, it's because there is someone of authority in the room or the place where we are, and we need to ask for permission for their authorization to do something. For example, we can say with can and could. Can I leave? Okay, so I'm asking for permission to go out of the room. Can I leave? Or I can also say, could I leave? Which is the same, okay? So I'm asking for permission. Let's say that we are eating or we are in a meeting and we don't want to be there anymore. So we just excuse ourselves, ask for permission, asking, can I leave? Or excuse me, could I leave, right? And we're asking them, yes, you can go, right? Now, may, remember we use may when we have, when we are in a formal context and we want to ask for permission about something important and to an authority, an important person. Like when we are asking for permission to our parents. Okay, I don't know if you ask for permission to them, but well, when I was young, we need to ask for permission to our parents. So may I go to the cinema, right? Or may I go to dance that? And I had to ask for permission, right? So may I? Or okay, those are examples with may. In both cases, I'm asking for permission to someone who is in a higher level of authority than me. So I'm asking my parents for permission. So may I go out tonight? Or I am at the doctor's office and I don't want to get into the office alone. So I ask the doctor, may she come with me or may my mother come with me? So I don't go to the appointment alone. Again, I'm asking for permission to the doctor to see if my mom can go with me, right? And the last one is, do you mind if? Do you mind if, and then a complete sentence. Do you mind if I open the window? Or do you mind if I sit here? Again, we're asking for permission. But in this case, do you mind if is like less formal. It's like, ¿te importaría if I do this and this and this, right? So, do you mind if I open the window? It's a little hot. And the person's like, no, it's okay, you can open it. Or do you mind if I sit here? Like, let's say that we're in a restaurant and all the tables are busy and, well, there's only one person in one of the tables, so I ask the person, do you mind if I sit here? No, sure, no, go ahead. No, I'm sorry, I'm waiting for someone. Right, we have different options to answer. But these are the three modals that we use for permission. Okay, and that's very simple. You already know that we always use simple verb when we have modals. Now, modals of request. We have again can and could. We have will, would, and pretty similar to the previous one. Would you mind? Okay, so again, okay, these are the same models but in a different context and with a different purpose. Here we are asking for help, basically. We're making a request. We are asking someone to do something for us. So, we can say, Can you help me? Or the same with could. Could you help me? Okay, I mean, me puede ayudar, right? Like when we go to a store and we want to buy some clothes, but we don't find the one that we want, the one that we like, so we can ask to the clerk, can you help me, please? Or could you help me, please? I don't find the blouse that I want, right? Will is more informal. Will you bring some bags? So let's say that I went to the supermarket and now I have many bags with groceries and I take 3 bags but I can't take others. So I can ask another person, will you bring some bags? Traerías? Or traerás some bags, right? So again, we are making a request. Please help me with the bags because there are too many and I can't take them all. Would is pretty similar. Okay, would you come with me? Again, we are making a request. I don't want to go alone. I don't want to be alone in X place. And I ask, I make the request to my brother, to my friend, to my parents to come with me. So would you come with me? ¿Vendrías conmigo? Please. So again, that's a request, right? But with would. And finally, would you mind? Would you mind? What? To use a different verb. Would you mind? Question mark. Sorry, that's a question mark. Would you mind holding for a moment? That is like waiting. Do you mind? Would you mind waiting? It's the same. Holding or waiting. But we use holding like when we are waiting in a phone. Okay, so would you mind waiting for a moment? So again, we are making the request. We are asking the person to just wait for me. I'm going to do something very quickly. I'm going to be back. Okay, so would you mind waiting for a moment? That's our request. A request for time in this case. So once again, we have the modals at the beginning, subject, and simple verb. You see that we have here simple verb, simple verb, simple verb. And in this case, would you mind, we have a verb with ing, but that's an exception. Okay, would you mind? Because we can also say, would you mind to wait for a moment? Okay, but those are, would you mind is an exception. Okay, so that is category number 2. Let's see category number 1. Number 3, so sorry. Category number 3 is modals of advice. And that's the model that we use when we want to give advice, when we want to give some recommendations to a person. And those are, the most common one is should, ought to, and had better. So should and ought to mean exactly the same, right? They mean debería. The only difference is that we usually use ought to for you, for the first person like I and we, right? But the most common one is should. Again, if you see ought to, it means exactly the same. So I can say, you should eat less sugar. Okay, that's my advice. Why? Because you can get diabetes, so I don't want you to get diabetes, so you should eat less sugar. That's my recommendation. We can also use it in a question. We can also say, should I, if I want to ask for advice, should I stay home? Let's say that I'm not feeling very well, I have a cough, and I have some runny eyes and nose, etc. So I don't feel well, and I ask my parents or I ask the doctor, should I stay home? And I'm asking for that advice. So in this case, I am the one giving the piece of advice. Here I am asking for a piece of advice, for a recommendation. O2 is the same. I ought to drink more water. That's a recommendation. And it means also the video. I ought to drink more water. So the difference is only that we use this one with I and we more frequent. That's all. But of course you can use this one with I and we, let's say. And had better, we can say like, you had better stay home, or she study more. Again, we use it to provide, to give some recommendations. You had better stay home. Sería mejor que te quedaras en casa. Or she had better study more. Sería mejor que estudiara más. Right? So again, had better is the same. Subject, modal, simple verb and complement. Okay? Subject, verb, simple verb and complement. And that's it. That's all. These are the three modals that we use for advice. And the last one, the last category, is the verb, the modals for modals of suggestion. So here we have let's, don't, and how about. Okay, so we have these four modals to suggest, to give suggestions, to offer. Okay, so let's means vamos, right? You know that let's means vamos. So if I want to suggest que vayamos a bailar, because I want to dance, let's dance. Or if we were thinking what to eat, and I want to eat pizza, I can suggest that let's eat pizza. Comamos pizza, vamos a comer pizza, right? Let's means that, que hagamos esto, let's dance, bailemos, let's eat pizza, comamos pizza. It's my suggestion. Why don't? Why don't? That is a question. Why don't we order pizza? ¿Por qué no ordenamos pizza? Okay, so ¿por qué no? We ordered pizza. But remember that we need the subject for this verb. So why don't we order pizza? Oh, okay, it sounds good. Let's order one, right? Why not is the same. Why not? To order pizza. ¿Por qué no ordenar pizza? Okay, right? And the last one, how about? ¿Qué tal tal cosa, right? What about? What about going to the park? ¿Y qué tal si vamos al parque? That is another suggestion. I'm just giving a suggestion and I'm waiting for the person to accept or reject the suggestion. So just, this is one of them. These two are the most common ones. Let's do this, and why don't we this and this? But try to use variety, especially when you are talking. This is not so frequently when we are writing, unless we are just texting or talking with a friend. But for formal writing or academic writing, this is not so common, right? but we use a lot. Let's dance, let's go, let's start, or why don't we order pizza? Why don't we go to the park? Why don't we watch a movie? Okay, we have many examples. But as you can see, okay, most of the modals are the same: can, could, will, should, but we use them according to the context, depending on what we want to express, or the idea that we want to express. So we're going to do some exercises in the book, and if you have questions, let me know. Bye bye.